It may surprise or even shock you to hear what I'm about to say, but if you're seeing this video right now, it's no accident. In fact, this message is for someone very specific. You. If you've been wrestling with doubt or anxiety about your path, this is your reassurance that you can't lose what's truly meant for you. As a chosen one, everything in your journey has purpose, even the detours. Before we dive in, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with 77 below to send a powerful signal to the universe. Feel free to replay this video as many times as your spirit calls for. If you're truly chosen, you'll watch until the very end. If not, you'll likely exit long before these truths take root. Chapter 1: The Promise of Divine Timing. One of the greatest revelations for a chosen soul is that life doesn't unfold on a random clock. Instead, it operates on divine timing, orchestrated far beyond our human control. Often, frustration arises when you plan meticulously, only to see your hopes delayed or deterred. People you meet every day might shake their heads, telling you to try harder or even insinuating that your expectations are too lofty. Yet in your heart, you sense a bigger script at play. Divine timing means that certain blessings, connections, and outcomes are scheduled to appear exactly when your readiness converges with cosmic alignment. If you attempt to force these things prematurely, you may find they don't last or fizzle out quickly. In the same vein, if you give up right before the appointed moment, you can miss your window of harvest. As a chosen one, holding faith in this timing is crucial. It's not about passively waiting, it's about active preparation, ensuring you're prepared to steward the blessings the moment they arrive. Consider the frustrations you've felt, why certain job opportunities disappeared at the last minute, or how relationships collapsed just when you thought they would flourish. At first glance, it might look like failure, but in retrospect, you usually see that losing those things freed space for a better fit that came later. That's the nature of divine orchestration. On paper, it appears as rejection or setback. In the spiritual sense, it's clearing the way for what's truly meant for you. Now, the phrase "you can't lose what's meant for you" ties directly into the concept of divine timing. If a door doesn't open, it wasn't your door or it wasn't your time. No amount of hustle or tears can secure it if it's not in your timeline. This truth can bring deep comfort. Instead of obsessing over missed chances, you stand assured that your rightful blessings are locked in cosmic safekeeping, ready to be unveiled when you and the circumstances are perfectly aligned. That doesn't excuse inaction or complacency. You must still cultivate your gifts, refine your approach, and remain open to directions you hadn't considered. It's a dance between preparation and trust. Another trap is bitterness, which can corrode your openness. If you become resentful at delays or ungrateful in the face of smaller blessings, you risk blocking the flow. Faith, gratitude, and humility keep you attuned to the subtle signals guiding your next steps. So as you step forward, recall that cosmic schedules seldom match human expectations of speed or convenience. You might find success in a realm you never predicted or meet a destiny partner in an entirely unplanned circumstance. Forcing an outcome or lamenting a missed opportunity only prolongs your confusion. Meanwhile, relaxing into the knowledge that you can't lose what's destined puts you in harmony with divine timing. That harmony, in turn, accelerates the manifestation of those gifts. It's not about being passive, it's about being poised. In the hush between your steps, the universe aligns everything necessary for your next grand reveal, showing you once again that when it's truly yours, it cannot be lost. Chapter 2: The Pathways of Destiny. Sometimes the word destiny conjures up images of a single unwavering route from birth to final calling. But for a chosen one, destiny is multifaceted, with multiple streams that can lead to the same ocean. You might have felt locked into a certain career path or lifestyle, only to encounter a radical shift. People you meet every day might accuse you of indecision or impulsiveness, but you know each past shift is an integral pivot leading you to a higher purpose. One reason you can't lose what's meant for you is that your destiny has multiple entry points. Suppose the door you assumed was essential slammed shut, like losing a scholarship or a job. Another opening typically appears, even if it's disguised as a setback. The heartbreak or closed opportunity steers you onto a route that eventually circles back to your destined role. The universe allows no wasted experiences when it comes to your life's mission. Every heartbreak, detour, or breakdown acts as a stepping stone to the core of your calling. A key to navigating these pathways is discerning your why behind each choice. Instead of chasing the external trappings of success, money, recognition, tune into what aligns with your innermost sense of calling. The more you anchor your decisions in purpose, the easier it becomes to recognize which doors are part of your destiny's unfolding. And if a door remains locked despite your best efforts, you can release it with confidence, knowing your path remains intact through alternative routes. Remember that some routes, though less glamorous, might hold the biggest breakthroughs. For instance, a voluntary stint in community service or a small local initiative could unlock unexpected alliances or revelations. People might question your logic, but you sense the cosmic nudge prompting you to follow a lead that resonates with your intuition. Often these humble roads lead to places that major highways never could, connecting you with individuals or experiences critical to your ultimate mission. Moreover, the assurance that destiny's blessings are not lost but redirected fosters resilience. When frustration arises, like waiting months for a response to a pitch or drifting from a once promising collaboration, you recall that if it's truly meant, no human factor can forestall it indefinitely. That knowledge frees you from anxiously controlling outcomes, letting you pursue various leads with relaxed confidence. You do your part, but you don't cling to a single path as the only solution. In effect, destiny weaves a tapestry from multiple threads of your life story, each one vital to the final masterpiece. The meandering trails, the false starts, the unexpected mentors, none are mistakes. They're essential colors and textures shaping the portrait of your calling. As you stand at crossroads, know that you can't misplace what's divinely yours. Even if you momentarily walk in circles, the gravitational pull of destiny recalibrates your direction, bringing you back on track. That's how you, as a chosen one, remain unstoppable. By recognizing that each path is part of a grand mosaic, ensuring you eventually intersect with the future meant for you, no matter the twists and turns. Chapter 3. Overcoming the paralysis of self-doubt. Knowing you can't lose what's meant for you might sound reassuring, yet self-doubt can still paralyze you. When important opportunities arise, you might question, am I really prepared? Could someone else do this better? People you meet every day might placate you with generic pep talks or cliches about confidence, but your chosen path demands a deeper reckoning with these insecurities. One facet of self-doubt stems from a perfectionist streak, believing you need flawless readiness before stepping forward. The truth is, no matter how carefully you plan, some element of risk remains. For a chosen soul, success often hinges on faith more than perfected strategy. If you wait for every box to be ticked, you might never start. Instead, acknowledging that your best effort plus divine backing is sufficient helps you break the paralysis. Move first, refine along the way. The universe adjusts with you. Another layer of doubt arises from past letdowns. Perhaps you stepped out in faith before and faced ridicule or short-term failure. The memory of that sting lingers, sowing fear that another attempt might yield the same outcome. But as you integrate the lessons from those setbacks, you can approach new openings with more nuance. Affirm to yourself that each failure taught you something critical, shaping you into someone more equipped this time around. Imposter syndrome also tries to sabotage your momentum. You watch people you admire, public figures, community leaders, and think, I'm no match for them. But being chosen isn't about outdoing others, it's about fulfilling the unique assignment only you can. Your path, experiences, and perspective create a singular blend that no established expert can replicate. If the cosmos wanted a carbon copy of someone else, it wouldn't have poured these distinct gifts into you. Embracing that uniqueness dispels the notion that you're unfit for your calling. A crucial tool against self-doubt is conscious reflection on your previous triumphs. Recall times you overcame seemingly insurmountable odds or moments when an unexpected breakthrough arrived right when you needed it. Documenting these wins, big or small, forms a personal testament that your journey is guided. Reading it can snap you out of spirals of negative thinking, reminding you that each past success was a stepping stone, not an outlier. Lastly, remember your role in cosmic interplay. Your readiness merges with universal alignment. The watchers orchestrate conditions, but you must do the footwork. Paradoxically, self-doubt sometimes attempts to keep you humble, but genuine humility is not timidity. It's acknowledging a bigger force at work while still stepping forward confidently. Fear might say, if I mess this up, I'll lose everything. But you ground yourself in the truth. You cannot lose what's divinely decreed for you. Any perceived misstep can be rerouted or used to refine you further. Thus, to break free from self-doubt's grip, anchor in the knowledge that your path is custom designed for your growth and purpose. The fact that you've been chosen for a certain vision or role means no one else can fill that slot quite the same. By leaning on your inner convictions and the evidence of grace woven through your history, you transform the paralyzing question, "Can I do this?" into a resolute statement, "Yes, I will, because it's who I'm meant to be." Chapter 4. Avoiding the Trap of Comparison. One of the most insidious pitfalls for a chosen individual is the comparison game. Looking at how quickly others appear to be progressing and measuring your own journey against theirs. It's easy to slip into the mindset that if you're not moving at their pace or replicating their path, you're behind or unworthy. But as you stand on the brink of your destiny, realize that your journey, timeline, and method are distinctly orchestrated to bring forth your unique gifts. Comparing yourself to another disrupts the synergy of your personal divine alignment. In social media's age, the temptation to measure success by likes, followers, or outward accolades intensifies. People you meet every day might point to a friend's overnight success or a colleague's instant recognition, implying you should replicate their formula. However, what they cannot see is the hidden scaffolding behind that person's path, the spiritual lessons, generational influences, or quiet internal battles that shape them. Similarly, your unseen shaping process is just as pivotal, ensuring you won't crack under the pressure or sabotage your blessings. Another angle is that comparison can breed envy, a corrosive force. Once envy enters, bitterness soon follows. Instead of celebrating another's achievements, you see their victory as a reflection of your perceived lack. Ironically, this mindset alienates you from the flow of blessings meant for you. Gratitude and positivity magnetize resources. Resentment repels them. By cheering for others, even if their current success surpasses yours, you keep your spirit open and receptive to new opportunities. Additionally, comparing paths can blind you to your own strengths. If your friend is an excellent speaker who soars in public engagements while you excel at one-on-one counseling, trying to mirror their approach might undermine your innate abilities. The chosen path thrives when you leverage your unique design. By forcing a mold that doesn't fit just because someone else is thriving in it, you risk choking your authenticity. Authentic expression is non-negotiable in fulfilling your spiritual mandate. Moreover, you can't lose what's meant for you, even if you see someone else apparently occupying the role or dream you aspire to. Spiritual law is broad enough that multiple people can excel in similar domains without diminishing each other. If a door truly belongs to you, it won't vanish because someone else walked through theirs first. Instead, learn from their examples, gather insights, and stay faithful to your lane. The Watchers orchestrate multiple success routes in parallel, each assigned to specific souls for distinct reasons. Ultimately, the remedy for comparison is reminding yourself that everyone's journey is intricately choreographed. The path that leads you to your rightful blessings may not be the path leading others to theirs, and that discrepancy doesn't reflect any deficiency in you. If you see them flourish, it's confirmation that divine provision is abundant. By avoiding the trap of measuring your worth against another's progress, you remain firmly in your own unfolding, stepping forward with trust that the same cosmic hand shaping their success has a custom blueprint for your rise. In that revelation, all pressure to keep up dissipates, and you find sweet liberation in being wholly, beautifully, and undeniably you. Chapter 5. Trusting the Process of Uncertainty. At this critical juncture, you might notice an odd dichotomy. On one hand, your spirit is convinced you're destined for something greater. On the other, tactical details remain murky. How will the finances align? Which connections are key to your dream? Where will the time or energy come from? People you meet every day may label this uncertainty as foolish or reckless, urging you to secure all the facts before plunging in. Yet for a chosen one, trusting the process is a powerful act of surrender that often yields unimaginable results. Trusting the process doesn't equate to ignoring practical steps. You still handle your responsibilities, refine your craft, and stay open to legitimate guidance. But you simultaneously accept that you can't foresee every twist. Imagine it like crossing a foggy bridge. Each step forward reveals just enough ground to proceed. If you wait for total clarity before each footfall, you'll never move. But step by step, you traverse the entire distance. This is the dance of faith with discipline. Moreover, embracing uncertainty fosters spiritual creativity. If everything was meticulously spelled out, you'd have no impetus to explore unorthodox solutions or rely on intuitive hits. The unknown compels you to test and refine your resourcefulness. This might lead you to collaborations or methods you'd never have considered if you had all the answers up front. In the end, the synergy birthed from partial knowledge and open-minded curiosity can deliver outcomes more extraordinary than any rigid plan might have allowed. Another perk is the internal calm that arises from relinquishing total control. Anxiety thrives on what-ifs, convincing you to hoard illusions of mastery over every variable. But acknowledging that some puzzle pieces remain hidden actually releases you from that burden. You realize you're not meant to orchestrate every detail of the cosmic dance. Instead, you show up wholeheartedly for each step revealed, trusting the cosmic intelligence that nudged you in this direction from the start. This approach also underscores the concept that you truly can't lose what's meant for you. Uncertainty might delay or rearrange the path, but it doesn't nullify the outcome. The watchers see your unwavering attempts, noting your perseverance under ambiguous conditions. Even if a door temporarily closes, another is poised to open if that's the route required for your destiny. This perspective helps you shrug off short-term disappointments. You interpret them less as defeats and more as divine reroutes, confident something better aligns with the bigger plan. Finally, trusting the process also builds your emotional muscle for future expansions. If you suspect this upcoming shift is big, guess what? More expansive phases likely lie beyond. Each new rung demands faith. By practicing trust now, you cultivate resilience that will serve you repeatedly as you ascend to a higher calling. The experience cements a template for how to handle unknowns. You step forward, do your best, and rely on the synergy between divine orchestration and your diligence. In that synergy, every piece eventually slots into place, validating that you're never truly at the mercy of randomness, only guided by a plan that far surpasses your initial comprehension. Chapter 6. Releasing Control Over Timelines. One of the toughest aspects for a chosen soul is letting go of the timeline they envision. Often you assume major breakthroughs or changes will happen by a certain age or date. When it doesn't align with your mental schedule, frustration sets in, sometimes fueling self-doubt or despair. People you meet every day might reinforce time-bound pressure, cautioning you, if it hasn't happened by now, it never will. But that stance clashes with the spiritual truth that you can't lose what's meant for you. Timing is fluid, not rigidly dictated by human deadlines. Releasing control over timelines, however, doesn't mean passivity. Rather, it means you work diligently while surrendering the final call on when. If you're building a business, you continue networking, refining your products, and learning new strategies. If it's love you seek, you keep your heart open and heal emotional scars. Yet you don't spiral into panic if results aren't immediate. Instead, you treat each delay or detour as the universe fine-tuning your readiness or calibrating external factors to perfect synergy. Admittedly, surrendering timelines can feel like walking a tightrope. The part of you that's success-driven wants tangible progress right now. Another part whispers that universal timing is impeccable, albeit mysterious. Bridging this internal conflict requires faith. Remember times you insisted on an earlier timeline only to realize in hindsight that the delay was actually beneficial. Maybe you discovered crucial information in the extra months or forged relationships that proved vital for the eventual success. This process of letting go also fosters emotional freedom. By not chaining your sense of worth or happiness to a ticking clock, you reduce anxiety. Instead of viewing each day without the big win as a failure, you perceive it as an incremental step in divine choreography. This shift alleviates bitterness, especially when you witness others hitting their milestones earlier. Their success doesn't negate yours. It's just that their timeline differs from yours. Thus, envy fades, replaced by genuine celebration of their journey, while you trust your own more. Moreover, releasing control over timelines readies you to catch unexpected waves of opportunity. Sometimes blessings arrive earlier than anticipated, like an invitation or promotion that lands out of the blue. If you're fixated on your own schedule, you might reject it, thinking, I'm not ready. But an attitude of open-ended readiness allows you to pivot swiftly, harnessing opportunities the watchers orchestrate for your benefit. It ensures you become more agile in responding to cosmic cues. Finally, this letting go is a gentle lesson in humility. We often think we know the best hour for every dream to manifest, but the universe sees a much wider tapestry. Embracing that vantage point humbles you, removing the pressure of forced deadlines. You trust that each victory and even each disappointment fits perfectly into your storyline. That trust, ironically, speeds up your journey by eliminating the friction of doubt and impatience. Freed from the tyranny of the clock, you can savor each step, confident that no matter how the path twists or how many sunsets pass, you won't miss what's truly etched in your destiny. Chapter 7. Stepping Forward with Certainty. Having explored divine timing, released self-doubt, and let go of rigid timelines, you now face a crucial moment. Will you move ahead with confidence or remain in familiar territory? This final choice reflects your journey's essence. You can't lose what's truly meant for you, so shrinking back out of fear no longer aligns with your spirit. Stepping forward with certainty doesn't mean every detail is neatly in place. It's an inner yes that vibrates through your entire being. Others may label you reckless for not having guarantees, but you're following a higher call than conventional wisdom can fathom. The world's metrics for security and reassurance pale beside the cosmic blueprint that guides you. On a practical level, stepping forward might involve submitting that application, booking a plane ticket, or signing a lease that signals a fresh start. It could mean sharing your convictions publicly, braving potential criticism. Whatever the action, it locks in your unbreakable stance. You were chosen for this unique commission. Once you commit, you'll witness synchronicities, people who arrive just in time, resources that materialize unexpectedly, and bursts of inspiration that help you transcend roadblocks. Carrying yourself with certainty also involves releasing guilt as you outgrow relationships or old belief systems. Those who once resonated with you may not be ready for this new chapter. While losing their support can be painful, you can't forsake your purpose to soothe others' comfort zones. True allies will celebrate or at least respect your transformation, recognizing its profound significance. Ultimately, this certainty doesn't hinge on external validation. It springs from your unwavering understanding that what's meant for you cannot be stolen or missed, provided you listen to your spirit and remain aligned with your moral compass. In stepping forward, you embody the essence of being chosen, trusting that each step is guided, each obstacle surmountable. Though the future remains unwritten, you advance in confidence, assured that no fear or detour can break the bond between you and the destiny specifically crafted for your soul.